Hello my beautiful badgers, Messi Coder back again with another classic live dev interview, this time with Dr Penny De Byl from Holistic 3D. This took place on my Twitch channel, all the w's.twitch.tv/themessycoder. It was last Christmas. I gave you my heart. Since then, Holistic 3D have launched h3dlearn.com, where you can get tutorials and courses to not only learn how to make games with Unity, but make yourself a better person in general. So sit back, enjoy, and I'll see you all in a second. Everybody sitting at home in front of your Amazon mirrors, your Google Watches, your Alexas, your microwave PCs, give a warm and messy welcome to the one, the only, Dr. Penny De Byl, aka Holistic 3D, aka the Unity Master of the Universe. Welcome to the stream.
Thank you. Thank you.
25 years teaching. And on the Udemy page, it says Australia and Europe. I like the way that you just categorize all of Europe into one big bundle because, yeah, let's be honest, most people who go to Udemy might be Americans and they don't know the names of countries. And they probably think that Europe is, in fact, just one country. So just stick it down. Am I allowed to call you Penny? Is it Dr. Penny or Penny?
Just Penny.
Oh, I'm already Penny's friend. I feel like it. I can call her Penny. I am blushing so much because I've been Penny's YouTube videos have saved me so many times, and the only reason I started watching your videos is because I was doing my own video on flock animation, flock logic rather, and you did a flock. Like for the swimming for fish, and I had done my first of all I was doing one and I finished it, and then a friend of mine, speed shooter in chat, he did a similar thing as well, and I looked at his one and went, your one's alright, I prefer mine actually, and I was quite chuffed with myself, and then it started going a bit wrong. All my phones are going off, and then I had a bug, so I started searching for a solution. I came across your ones, and then I looked at yours and I looked at mine and I completely questioned, what am I doing trying to teach anyone anything, because it was like night and day. It literally that half an hour YouTube video was like going to university for me. It was amazing.
Oh, thank you.
So why did you get started doing this? You're a real teacher. You're a professional. So basically, your hobby is a light version of your day job.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, I only do my day job because I really love it, and I'm trying to. I started YouTube mostly because universities, even though they say they're really up with the latest technology, they're not. And I wanted to put some videos and stuff online for my current students so that they could practice stuff and go through stuff at home. And so I just started putting things on YouTube, and then I noticed it was getting traction, which was interesting because I only just had it there for my current students. So I just sort of, it just became, it became a bit of a hobby just to do more and more. It was actually kind of addictive, which is that, that social media cycle where you get feedback and you just got to put more stuff up on there to get more feedback and that type of thing. So I did become a bit obsessed at that some time. It was. Yeah. But then it kind of became quite a serious thing when I thought, they started sending me like money every month. But, this is all right.
Hang on a minute. How did that happen?
Yeah, I know.
So that was the advertising revenue from YouTube started kicking in. It
was like my first Udemy course. I started getting like this money. I did the first Udemy course because I saw other stuff on Udemy and thought, I can do this. So I just tried it. And then I actually sort of forgot about it for a while, and I started getting these checks money in my account every month. I was like, now if I multiply this up, I could
you
quit
didn't
my
even
day
need
job.
to support it. You don't even I thought you've like got to sit there and then they like always asking you questions for like 6 months, and then you're like a proper classroom.
I think you do, yeah. Not when I started though, it was actually, that I didn't even look at the ratings or the questions or anything for months. And then I think I did, or the Udemy email system started working again, and someone had given me 4 stars but took a star off because I didn't respond to their Q&A. And I'm thinking, what Q&As? Because I'd just done it as a side project at the time.
So
Anyway,
you could have had hundreds of emails waiting for you in your inbox.
well, I did when I had a look. I was like, oh.
And you only lost 1 star from one person. I mean, that's I'm getting.
Well, I
I'm
probably
getting
lost
on
more
Udemy.
stars from other people, but that's the one that I saw that made me think, oh, better look after this. But yeah.
So how long did it take before this one joyride punt that you did to actually, you know what, this is something I'm going to be investing some time in and do it properly?
Yeah, I think it was probably 1 or 2 years, or maybe, yeah, just maybe less than 2 years after I did that first animation course, and then I did the Unity networking course while I was just still a hobby in that. And then at the time, I sort of realized, because of the YouTube starting to get a lot of attention as well, that I could probably make this into a full-time job and forget about all the stresses at working at a university,
Oh my
which is,
gosh!
yeah.
What actually quitting working at the uni to do that full time?
Yeah, so I did. I just took a punt and quit my job.
Oh my word!
Mm.
And does
But
that mean you basically could just choose your own hours, get out of bed, make a call, so you check some emails, and then go back to bed?
I wish. Yeah, no, it's a lot of work. A lot of work. I think the first 3 months I I had 1 course a month coming out. Yeah, probably burnt myself out doing that, but I sort of built the business up to a point where it was sort of sustainable. So, yeah,
Well, you've
done.
81,475 Udemy students.
Mm, fantastic.
Oh my. I'm going to try and do the maths on that one. Uh, so you must be a millionaire by now on these kind of stuff.
No.
Because as we see, currently it's on a sale, 59.99 down to 12.99. Those are sterling. Those are the Queen's pounds. Um, Master procedural maze and dungeon generation. Oh my! We just did an interview with somebody who's got a dungeon generator. 12.99. Oh, beginner guide to artificial intelligence. I've got this one. It's brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
1,710 people have reviewed it. Not even have taken it. So many people have reviewed it. Oh my word, that's insane. Shader development. Shader is it's the work of the devil. Shader stuff. It's witchcraft. It's
Yes,
art.
yeah.
I've had a few people these 12 days to Christmas, shader gurus. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, where do you learn? I mean, because especially that stuff, it's insane. It really is witchcraft. It's like you need to sacrifice a chicken before you compile any shader.
It is, I must say that before I actually created my shader code, I didn't have a lot of background in shaders, and I kind of learn a lot of stuff on the fly. But because of my background, I've got a degree in computer science, which helps understand a lot of stuff. So if you've got all that understanding of the math and the computing underneath, you can pick up a lot of stuff and then sort of go with it and explain it along the way. But yeah, no, I agree. Shaders just blows my mind every time I look at them. And what's quite interesting, because of the whole vast number of topics that I teach, is trying to go through the Q&As, because you'll have like a really hard shader question and then they'll switch over to something else, in a different language, and your brain's like switching between all these things. And sometimes it will take me an hour to get back into shader language in my head to try and solve people's issues. So it's quite a taxing thing doing Q&As.
Do you give them a coupon and say you're only allowed to ask one question per course? That's it. You had your question. Move on now. Back of the queue for
Yeah,
the next person.
yeah. Well, well, Lee, who helps me out, we call him my social lady, and he's on chat at the moment answering people's questions. But he sort of gives me a prod every week or so, saying, "Oh, the Q&As are getting a bit old, and you need to do them now."
Can I?
Because it's like one of those things you wake up in the morning and go, "Oh, I've got to go and look at these Q&As," because you don't really want someone throwing a furphy at you like that. It's going to take you all day to answer, and sometimes they do.
Oh
You got to
man.
be in the right mood.
Can you just sorry? I'm wait. Somebody's going to have to clip this. But can you just describe again the term that you use for Lee?
Social lady.
Social lady. Can somebody please clip that? So we every time we do exclamation mark bit gamey, we could have Penny's voice saying social lady. Uh, as a gift to bit gamey in chat there. Uh, love you, Lee.
So I had a ex-student doing my social stuff, and taking care of that sort of thing. And Lee came on board to help me out, with answering Q&As and other assistance with looking at videos and things like that. And then he kind of took over the role when she left. So he's sort of fondly known as the social lady, and I think he actually enjoys that term too. But I can't see what he's typing about me. I hope it's nice. Love you, Lee.
Is also we've done a few game jams, Mexico game jams, and in the first one, Lee actually Big Amy published a game for the game jam. It was amazing. It really was amazing. And you yourselves, you've got a game jam going on at the moment. Stay at home game jam. Is it still
Yes,
running?
yeah, this is the second one. You have to ask Lee. What's he saying in the chat?
He
I
says that he
think it
loves you
might
too.
might have. Oh, we had one earlier when the lockdown was. Oh, when was that? Must have been the middle of the year. And so yeah, and now we're having another one sort of in lead up for Christmas. I think it might have
Oh, he's saying the game
finished, or it
jam's
might
finished.
be.
It's just finished. I missed
Yeah,
another.
I thought
I keep
so.
missing all of them. I've missed yet another game jam. Brilliant. Well done, me. Well done. I even missed my own game jams. I've hosted two and I failed to do anything in either of them. I actually joined a team in the last one and I failed to even have time to do anything.
Are you
So
allowed to do games in your own game jam?
I'm so incompetent. It's not. Look, Penny. Let's be honest. It's in no way, shape, or form the same as if you were to enter your own game jam. Okay, it's like having the T boy enter the game jam, but the T boy doesn't even exist. Okay, that's the level of experience and skill that me entering I'm going to call it the T jam. It's not even a game jam. The T jam. It's I am, you know, if it were like a play school and everyone was lined up and were picking members to be in their team for the game jam, I would be the one who will be left last, and the leader of the team will be like, oh, fine, we'll take him. And like, Messi, can you, I don't know, stand in the corner for a while and just get out of it, make sure you don't stand in people's way. That's my level in the game jam. If you enter the game jam, I would bite my arm off to have you in. Like I've just got back into your Udemy. Beginner's Guide to Animation. 11 and a half hours, 62 lectures set for beginners. 75 lectures on Learn Unity's entity component system to optimize your. I need that in my life. A beginner's guide to machine learning. It's, I know you're saying like with shaders, you kind of like you wing it and you learn as you go, but no, that's impossible. You must basically, your brain must be this massive sponge acquiring all this information. But not only that, we've had it written in chat. The way that you can articulate this, you make it so easy to understand, but also not just easy to understand, you make it really enjoyable as well. And there's a lot of people that teach on YouTube, and a few of my good friends have got. I won't say who they are. They know who they are, but I put on their YouTube videos at night on my headphones when I can't sleep, and I mean
They're
this.
that good, are
They're
they?
that good, but it's it's 45 minutes of, and you need to click this and type blah blah, and I'm like, oh, this is great, keep it coming, and they go into real detail of of explaining stuff, like really detailed. So like, your brain tries to process it, and it's it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
out like a light. But I stick one of
Mm.
yours on, and I watch the whole thing, and I'm like, okay, I need another one. Straight on. I literally go from one video to the next one, and I don't even realize where the time is going.
Wow, that's
Honestly,
great.
you are. I am a gibbering fanboy, uh, and I've learned so much. And you know the best thing? The best thing, Penny, is when I learn something, I can just pretend that I knew it. And then when people ask questions in my Discord, I'm like, yeah. It's what you need to do is, and I quickly go back to your website and I go, okay, where was it? Which video was it? And
Don't
by
worry, I do that too sometimes.
well,
I have to
who
go back to my own videos. Like, what was that?
I thought you were going to say, "Don't worry, you do that to my videos, and you look up stuff
Oh,
for yours." I was like, that's so sweet of you to say, Penny. That's so sweet. Of course you do.
yeah.
If you ever want to look up a video on how to find one of the worst assets on the asset store, or which ones to avoid spending your money on, then just watch one of my videos. Um,
Oh, okay.
Talking about spending money, can you please explain something to me, Penny?
Mm-hmm.
And I say this again with love, like Lee's the social lady. That was with love. Is is Udemy always on a perpetual sale, or is there 2 weeks of a year that Udemy's not on sale? How does it work? Because it feels
Yep.
like there's a sale quite often. I'm just going to put it out there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Udemy, I must say, is a bit of a marketing beast. And I mean, I've looked at a few different platforms for teaching, and I must say, Udemy does a really great job, and it does a good job of marketing, which is great because us, like academic types, have got no idea what we're doing. And it's really the only platform that does get out there and puts our stuff forward. And they
Everywhere.
really do look after all our teachers as well. Yeah, but about the sales, I just think that's their marketing strategy. There might be like one day a week or something when they have a break from it. But I guess I mean, you just said you saw something on sale and you bought it, even though you knew there was going to be another
I
sale.
know
So it's all
it does
psychological.
work.
I don't know.
That's the
It does
problem.
work. I mean, I do it. I do it too with lots of other stores and that. They're always on sale, but it's like, oh, got to get this now, otherwise it won't be on sale next week. And then it is.
Do
So,
you know, do you know what my fear? My fear is actually mine's actually a weird one. I I actually look at it and I go, she's got so many courses. One of these courses might get deprecated because she's got too many to support. And my belief is if I buy it now, it will be in my library, and that way I don't have to worry about it. So it's actually more of a case of, is this always going to be here, this course? Because I need to learn it. But what if I don't buy it now
there's a
and it's
good
not there?
marketing strategy.
Yeah.
I like that. I'd never thought of that.
You can't put that as a banner now. Get it now before I take it away.
Yeah, that's right. Write that down, Lee.
Well, which is your favorite? Are you allowed to pick a favorite that you've done? Is it like having a favorite kid?
Favorite course. Uh, I really like the maze one that we just did. I like procedural generation stuff. So yeah, I really, really like that. I don't I I guess I'm still in awe of the shader stuff because as you said, it is real, it's like magic.
Yeah.
And I still see it a lot like magic, even though I kind of understand what's going on. And we've got a new shader course coming out in January, which just takes it to a whole new level for advanced stuff. But I'm just in awe of the people who actually create that technology for us to use. And that's, yeah. But I guess AI a little bit. It's funny about AI because I sort of fell into the field of AI when I was doing my PhD, because I didn't know really what I wanted to do for my PhD. And my supervisor was into artificial intelligence, and he said, you should do artificial intelligence. And I'm like, oh, and I didn't like artificial intelligence at uni at all because it was like really dry and boring, and you never saw it come alive. But in games, you see it come alive, which is really what I love. I love all the visual stuff about computing.
Did they not teach you in university that this AI could be like Skynet and take over the world?
No, no. We don't sit down and lecture one and watch the Terminator.
Because that's what I honestly would have thought, that the first thing they teach you in doing AI at university is, and now, students, the first thing you must learn is do not create the intelligence to take over the planet and destroy mankind. This is AI 101.
Have you watched The Social Dilemma?
No. Is it going to give me nightmares?
No, well, because near the end of that, they say that people think that AI is this beast in the future that's going to take over the world and like Terminator, but it's already done that. It's already here and it's already doing it.
Talking about taking over the world, Penny, I've just noticed something. 2 hours left at this price, 35% off. 2 hours left. There's 2 hours. Oh, there's 2 hours left. Everyone in chat, there's 2 hours left on this course. Okay, you got.
Which course is it?
That's your shader one. Shader development from scratch. Okay, James, Dark Dungeon Studio. And I love the fact that Mark Mbarnatle has come out of hibernation. How have you been, buddy? I have not seen you in ages. Have you been safe? How's the family? And it took Penny to wake him up from hibernation. Oh my word! 2 hours left, and while we're interviewing, I'm going to have to go and add it to my cart, so I don't miss out. And if you are looking for a good Christmas present for somebody, you can actually can you gift an Udemy course?
Yes, I believe you. Oh, you can buy Udemy vouchers. I don't know if they're general or for a single course. Good question.
Oh, it is a good question.
I don't know.
I went to go to your website, but you're currently down for renovation.
Oh, yes. We've had a bit of an issue with the website in the last couple of days. Someone's working on it. It's just that at this time of year, it's very hard to find anybody to do any work. But hopefully it'll be back up soon.
Did Lee break it because of the social lady comment?
I'm sure he did. Yeah, no.
See wishlist, share, gift this course. Where's that? Where did you see that? See, there you go. If you're looking to buy somebody a present this Christmas and you're not sure what to get them, one of Penny's Udemy courses would be a great gift. So there you go. The entire Udemy sale ends today only, 24-hour. This was a 24-hour flash sale. Oh my word. Look. Add to cart. Okay. And look, it tells you that the two things are bought together. And that normally, that would have been £39.98. Is £25.98. Sorry, Penny, we're going to have to say goodbye to everyone now. Can just rush to Udemy and buy all your stuff because time's running out. You can actually...
Oh, so they've got a combo sale on at the moment, do they?
I think they always love that. It always confuses me about how they do their combo sales. So we got our nephew a set of pennies. Oh, brilliant! Game day. See that is wonderful. That is so lovely. How to gift an Udemy course. And Big Gamey's posted a link in chat on how you gift an Udemy course.
Fantastic. There's a couple of questions that Lee sent me through from the chat. Do you want me to address them?
Yeah, because I was just scrolling up to find them. So Lee's doing his job. Well done, Lee.
So you can keep You can keep buying my courses
Yeah,
while I do
exactly.
this if you like. Yeah. Okay, so how did Penny do the research for my first ECS course? Oh my gosh, boy, was that frustrating. Because there was very, very, very little documentation. Basically, what I do with all of Unity's new stuff that they bring out is get their tech demos and strip them down and pull them apart and then try and rebuild them from scratch. And
Done properly.
so, I mean, I'm sure Unity do it properly, but as far as trying to figure out what the hell's going on, there's no documentation. And the ECS course was really quite challenging because the whole way of programming it is just a completely different mindset from object orientated. So I also had to go and like really brush up on the whole entity component architecture of programming to get my head around what was going on. And that's another thing. If you're switching between answering something on ECS or answering something on shaders, then you're just in like completely two different worlds. So yeah, anyway, that's what I did for the ECS course. And I usually do it for a lot of the other new stuff that they bring out, is just to pull it all apart and have a look how they've done it. Another question is, what do you think about create a course about procedural mesh generation? Yes, it's on my mind because I just like procedural generation of things. So I've got the Minecraft one that's getting a bit long in the tooth and needs a good update now. But yeah, creating an actual mesh that's not blocky is definitely something I'm thinking about for the future.
Is your spider behind you? Telling me earlier that that's programmed. That spider, is that procedurally generated spider behind you? The painting, or is it how did?
Yes, that's procedurally generated. That up there with processing is that there's a language called processing, which is sort of, well, I guess it was created to help visual learners learn coding. It's a bit like the old, do you remember Turtle graphics?
Yes.
From back in the day? Yeah, it's pretty much the new version of Turtle graphics. So you can draw, you learn like geometry at the same time, basically.
Oh, I wouldn't mind. I'm closing up to my 50s, and I wouldn't mind learning a bit of geometry now before it's too late for my brain to learn anything. Have you thought about, because
it keeps you young.
that's the thing. Exactly. I mean, so that's why they go like all these Sudoku and all these other kind of things to keep your brain exercised, and it helps fight off like dementia and things. So, do you feel like doing these courses, because it's so different than being a lecturer, that it actually has helped revitalize not only your passion for experimentation, for learning, but also just your mind? You feel sharper.
Yeah, there's a lot with university teaching. You're kind of teaching the same thing every 6 months over and over again, and you kind of do it in your sleep. But creating your own courses and taking your own direction is great, because you can just experiment and create a course on something that you're interested in, that you want to learn about. So I guess the ECS one, I did that because creating a course gives me the motivation to also learn about it in a structured sort of way, and then having to, the best time you learn anything, and you probably know this, is when you try and explain something to someone else,
Especially if that person is yourself.
yeah. But you're doing a YouTube or Udemy, you actually are trying to explain it to somebody else, and then it sort of starts to make sense.
When I do my YouTube video, people think, oh, you're teaching me at home how to do this. I go, no, I'm not. I'm honestly not. I'm teaching me how to do it,
Yeah.
and I just happen to be videoing it and putting it on the internet for somebody else to watch it. But it's entirely me as I'm doing. Like, okay, so I want to solve a problem. How do we go about do it? First things first. Has Penny done a video in it? No. Okay, we're in trouble. Stack Overflow. Has that solved it? No. okay, Messi, you're gonna have to learn something from yourself for a change. This is dangerous. All right, I know. Turn on OBS and start recording yourself while you're doing it, and maybe you'll remember how you're doing it. Brilliant idea. Let's do it. Okay, and that's how my videos start. Pretty much, I'm recording it because I've got such a bad memory. By the time I finished it, I won't have any recollection of what I've done entirely. So
That's so true. Yeah.
it,
Hmm.
I mean, you're still very young. I'm an old man, so my mind's already started to turn to mush. Uh, you mentioned earlier that you find yourself watching your own videos and courses
Yeah.
back.
Yes. Yes. I'm putting together a third person character development course at the moment, and I had to do some blending in the Mechanim system, and I had done a video in Unity 5 on blending, and I was watching that on YouTube the other day, trying to remember how to do it. Because you can't have all this stuff stored in your brain all the time. That's what Google's for. But you got to know what you're looking for before you go to Google.
They say
So
that the best engineer is somebody who can ask the right questions, not know the
a right
answers.
question, exactly. Yeah, most definitely. Because I've watched my daughter, who's going into year 12 next year, but through her high school, and she'd be doing something. Go, oh, Mum, how do you do this? And I said, ask Google. And she goes, but I don't know what to ask Google. And I went, oh yeah, that's where the key is. If you know what you're looking for, you can find it. It's like if you're trying to solve a bug or something in Unity, you've really got to kind of know what question to ask in the forums to get the right answer.
Yeah, it becomes you start with one question, then it kind of changes to a little bit more of a different question, and then after about 2 hours in, you go, "That's the question I was looking for." Now,
Hmm.
what was I doing? I can't remember.
Yeah.
But you say
Oh, there's plenty of rabbit holes to go
oh,
down when you
that's
start.
the joy
So,
of coding, isn't it? That's what makes
oh
it so much
yeah,
fun. Um,
yeah, yeah.
the your daughter, obviously by now, with you as her mum, she's already produced 6 AAA games. Millionaires. Do they watch what you're doing and want to get involved, or are they like, oh, that's not cool?
Mm, no. Do you know what? She wanted to make some money, and when I was updating my animation course, I said, "Oh, how about you make me a whole bunch of characters with Fuse?" And all you got it's just like The Sims. All you got to do is make the character and put some clothes and stuff on it. And she made me like 10
Oh
characters,
wow,
and I'm like, "Thank you." She gave me the characters. None of them had shoes on.
because they're bohemian. They're bohemian. That's what They want to feel
It
the
was a
earth
New
on their
York
toes.
street scene, and they had no shoes.
When she leaves the house, do you have to remind her to put her shoes on though?
No, she's pretty good.
I thought you were going to say she provided you these 10 characters and then said, "All right, mum, that'll be 50 bucks."
Oh, I think she still charged me for it. But it's like, no, she wants to be a theoretical mathematician, which is like, whoa, yeah, that's a bit out there. But she's the only girl in her coding class, which she quite enjoys. But
Oh
yeah,
wow.
physics and maths where she wants to go. So
Well, I was going to
yeah.
ask you, all these courses that you're doing, and you're obviously a maths genius. You've got the mathematics for computer games course that you've already done, which doesn't have to be for Unity, although you've you've stuck the word Unity at the end of it because somebody in his bedroom is going to look at it and goes, maths? I'm not going to do a maths course. Oh, maths for Unity? I better do that one. Uh, That's Unity maths. That's not normal maths. That's the Unity stuff.
No.
I'll leave that. Uh, is there anything outside of the scope of Unity that you'd like to do a course for, without sneaking the Unity name on the end of it?
I was toying with the idea of like something that doesn't change over time, like that you need to update every year, like ancient Greek or something like that. I think that would be pretty stable.
Yeah. Like, you just turn on the news and they found a whole new archaeological
Yeah.
site that just turns everything on its head of what we believe. Like, oh, you buggers.
Yeah, but they don't release a new version every month.
Greeks turned out to be aliens. Everything's pointless. Just throw it in the end.
Yeah.
Well, they've already done that with the Egyptians, didn't they? They
Yeah.
recently they found a tomb that had completely intact, and they're saying, it's the first time this has been found, and it completely changes what we thought about ancient Egypt. And you could have just
Mm.
seen all of the high school teachers just picking up ripping everything. Goes, that's it, I'm done. It's been my entire life being an Egyptologist, and now turns out actually it was all a practical joke, and they were just aliens, and they.
Well, now they know what IT teachers feel like
Yes.
every week.
And well, no, Penny. Now they know how Unity developers feel like every week when there's an update, and they go, "Okay, new version of Unity, nothing works. Everything is now broken." Uh,
Mhm.
have you backed up your project?
Was teaching 3D animation at university, and we were using Maya, depending on where you're from, and written all the course material, done all the videos, everything, and then first week on campus into the course, Maya updated to a whole new
Oh
interface, new
wow!
software version, and it was just like, and because we were on this rolling license where it automatically pushes you the new version, we couldn't even use the old version to teach. And
Oh my!
oh, that was a nightmare. But yeah,
Oh wow!
they just don't think about us teachers as software developers, do they? It's just,
Well, I'm glad that I told this story to another stream that when I went to university, um, the course, and this is a university course. I like to tell you, Penny, in the UK, okay, and this was a very good university that I went to. The first, like the 101, was how to use Windows 3.1, right? And I'm like,
uh-huh.
at this time it was like Windows 95 was out, or Windows 98. I think it was on Windows 98. And I said to the lecturer, this course has got nothing to do with anything that's even on the computers in the entire universe. He goes, yes, but that's the course. Like, when was this course made?
Hmm.
It was like, no, I've been using this course for years. It's fine. Like, but the software doesn't exist anymore. So how are we going to do this? He goes, well, I can't write the new course because I don't know what the new software is. Like, you use Windows, so you must know what it is. He goes, no, I don't have the time to do it. So look, I would. He goes, can you help me do it? I'm like, yes, I'm your student. You want me to write your course? Yes, fine. I'll write the course. And it was bizarre. And it was exactly that of last year it was fine. This year it's changed. Nobody told me that Windows operating systems change every year. So the lecturer never bothered changing his course. It made perfect sense to him. But that's a university degree in the UK. And you're
Unfortunately, it happens a lot. It
what
happens a lot. Universities are slow to change.
they take your money. It's a bit more
Oh
expensive than
yeah, yeah.
it's been more expensive than an Udemy course. And my wife said, "Do you know what my wife said, Penny? Our kids don't need to go to university. They can learn what they need from the internet. And that's because of people like
Okay.
you. That's
Yes.
entirely not, and she didn't mean me. Like, she didn't mean they'll watch your YouTube videos, husband, and they will learn what they need. No, no. Just be completely honest. It's professors like yourself who are using the internet as the new medium for education because it's changed. It's changed the planet, and
Yes.
you've got people like you said here, 84,000 students on your Udemy course alone, let alone your YouTube. People in countries all over the world that wouldn't have had access to that
Mm,
type of education are able to
mm,
learn,
mm.
and you're reaching homes that you never before would have thought possible. How does that make you feel?
Oh, it's just it's amazing. It's an honor to do that. To have access to people. What's What's been quite amazing is that you get people. What's different about Udemy, I should say, to university is the students actually want to be at Udemy.
Oh, that's
Often, a lot of the
important.
students at Unity are completely disengaged because they don't necessarily want to be there. And I've also had students who wouldn't be able to afford to go to university in my courses. Or I've had like a 12-year-old do some of my courses. And he was so bright and producing
Wow.
such great stuff. And you've got like all the time in the world for these people who are
Yeah.
self-educating and self-motivated. So it's yeah, it's great. It's a much happier place for teaching than back at university was for me.
Well, as one of your students, honestly, I can say that you can sense the passion that you have in your courses when you're teaching. It really comes across. And when we were talking about aliens earlier, somebody in chat wrote, Penny was an alien sent to Earth for us. Quite biblical in that. It's very true. The fact that you know all this shader mathematics witchcraft, you could well be an alien in disguise. I watched the Umbrella Academy. I know they're amongst us. We got healthy minds, stay healthy with good, positive, loving thinking. Staff, look, that's a very beautiful thing to say. I'm asking Google 24/7. I could be a detective, Luco. I think those are valuable skills that you're going to use throughout your life. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
Stack changes out from under us constantly. Welcome to software development. Oh, Yolan. Do you want to do... Yolan's in chat, just got me thinking. VR. I don't see much VR stuff coming out of you, Penny.
I did an augmented reality course. Virtual reality, I the issue I have with doing that sort of thing is that I'd like people to have access to all the right bits and pieces that they need. So I did the augmented reality because most people have got a phone nowadays. The virtual reality, I kind of was thinking could be expensive for people to get set up with all the right kit to do that. Having said that, I guess you could use Google glasses or something
Well, you could use your...
to do it.
What do they do? You put your phone in a cardboard box, don't they?
Yeah,
You,
Google Cardboard. Yeah.
yeah. So is that what they call it now? Google Cardboard. Have Google...
Yeah, I did. I had a few of those. It's not too bad, actually. The biggest thing I think with the virtual reality stuff is actually supporting people's devices when they trying to get stuff built onto their device. That seems to be the biggest hurdle. And with like Apple changing their stuff and Android changing the way they do their stuff, it that becomes a massive support issue.
Can't you put a
So
disclaimer on your Udemy course saying, I do not help you,
yeah,
period?
I should, eh? Just like yeah.
Because
I think I did at some point with my AR course, instead of just constantly updating that content, was just pointing people at, this is how you build out to iPhone and this is how you build out to Android. And it might change. But I guess at that end, they still then don't have someone who can help them if they have trouble with
no,
that.
but it's the same with any of your courses though, because they could build it to anything. They could be trying to do your procedural dungeon generator, and you know what? They want it to be made to run on their microwave. You never know the device they want to output this on. It could be anything.
Or fridge.
Or your fridge, exactly.
You can almost run it on your fridge nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. Like every time the beginner's guide to artificial intelligence in Unity. Okay, you could do Penny's course. By the way, it's on sale at the moment. Sale running out soon. I'm going to put a link in the chat. Now, you could do Penny's course, Beginner's Guide to Artificial Intelligence in Unity, and you could put that on your fridge, okay? And your fridge could actually then have a scanner on it, like a QR scanner or something. So then your fridge knows, okay, my owner is going through a period of enjoying tacos a lot. That's abnormal behavior. Through my AI, I'm going to either suggest food to complement the tacos or something like Alka-Seltzers for their guts, or maybe a diet plan, an exercise regime. So,
Or the fridge, fridge could automatically lock itself between certain
oh
hours.
my God, that's Skynet. We've gone back to Skynet.
Yes.
What was now, Penny? I've asked this from a few different guests, and nobody yet has been able to help me. What is that Tom Selleck movie where he's a policeman and the AI is like taken over the house?
Um, has this been made?
Yeah, it was in. I'm sure it was the 80s.
Sure, it was Tom Selleck.
No, I'm not sure if it was Tom Selleck or not. Big Gamey, thank you for the correct link. Much appreciated. I didn't even put the correct link in chat. Big Gamey, like this is
It
what this is one
wasn't.
that
It's not the Electric Dreams one with the Mac that takes over because it gets jealous of its owner.
That could be. Yeah, I don't know. All I remember as a child, I remember watching this as a child. Tom Selleck, policeman, house AI takes over, and at that point, I was like, I need this AI in my life. I need a house that's got an AI. It wasn't. It was like, oh, this is really dangerous. It's like, look how cool it is. Runaway. Was it Runaway? That sounds like a completely different film. But if you say so, Mark, I believe you.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think I've seen that.
You're gonna have to watch it now tonight, Penny. You're gonna have to watch it because if you're gonna be teaching AI, you need to understand the responsibility what you're putting into people's homes. Okay. If Skynet happens, it could be it could be your fault. It could be due to your Udemy course.
No, it's not because they haven't come back to try and kill me. So I'm good.
But they wouldn't kill you because you're the mother of Skynet. You see?
Okay.
They'll kill Sarah Connor, whose son tries to destroy Skynet. So actually, the fact that you're still alive and safe proves that you do actually create this artificial intelligence. Oh wow, we've gone completely on a tangent now. Oh, I've got conspiracy theories coming out in chat. Wow. Tom Selleck, Magnum PI, and Aussie Sharpshooter. Exactly. The one she mentioned was Digital Dreams. There you go. Digital Dreams. Yolan says, I know what movie you're talking about. Thank you, Yolan. I knew I wasn't insane. So, what about? Can I talk about a dirty word?
Okay.
Unreal.
Mm-hmm.
When are we going to get the holistic 3D Penny De Byl's Unreal courses?
Good question, and been asked that a few times. Well, I'm a Mac person for a start. I do have an Alienware machine I could do the course on, but I like to use Unity because I like to teach beginners mostly, and Unity is easy to get up and running with, and C# is quite easy if you're not a good programmer. But
it's very forgiving.
Unreal, you've got to be sort of a little bit more of a step up. So maybe. Because I don't have enough in my head to remember. You want me to switch between game engines now?
But not only that,
let's teach Flash.
It's one minute you're answering a question in C#, the next C++ question, and you might actually get in a position where you're answering the C# question to the C++ guy, and the C++ question to the C# guy could happen. AI is currently good in healthcare. And that's the other thing, is that all of these things that you're teaching, even though they are focused on game development, they're not restricted to game development, because Unity, we just assume, people go, I'm doing a Unity course. Oh, what game are you making? Actually, Unity is far beyond gaming, because you've got the movie industry, you've got industrial, you've got telecommunications. There's loads of things outside of game development that you could use Unity for. Is there something outside of game dev but still within Unity, so it's still okay to be memorized, that interests you to do it as either for yourself, not necessarily for a course?
I think any kind of simulation, that's very, very like coupled with games, but like, yeah, real world simulations, I find interesting. Again, it's the procedural stuff, isn't it? It's just the algorithms running and simulating some particular system, for example. They're the sorts of applications that I'm sort of interested in. Um, we did a bit. Some of my students at university did a bit of virtual reality with building houses for the like architecture
Oh,
industry
cool.
and that type of thing. That was pretty interesting. There's hardly any programming involved in that. It's all sort of design and modeling. But yeah, no, that's all really interesting. But mostly, it's the sort of simulations. One of my first jobs was as a system simulator. Actually, we had to simulate, of all things, a meatworks process, which was
What?
horrible.
Well,
Yeah,
like actually, the slaughterhouse and the packing.
yeah. It was a simulation of that whole process. Mostly, getting statistics and looking for bottlenecks in the system and all that sort of thing. So yeah,
Oh
the
my
cows would
word.
come in and I'm not going to talk about it because I had to go to an actual meatworks slaughterhouse to look through the factory and that to do it. I walked in the door and I turned around and walked outside and I just say, I'm going to stand out here and you guys can go for the tour.
Oh, that's
I
horrific.
couldn't stomach it.
Oh my word. Well, other things like
Mm.
in simulation, that the this whole 2020 COVID, that really took off with people at home running simulations and trying to come up with solutions and cures. And there was, I remember in chat, people posting links to open source projects for like group learning for trying to solve COVID. So that's
Hmm.
again outside of game development, but like you say, simulations and stuff that people can take from even the courses like you're teaching on Udemy, but
Hmm.
things that can drastically change the world outside of Skynet.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You can't have all these great AI applications and then not expect someone to be using it in the wrong way, um, for completely different purposes. Um, and we already
As
see
long as
that, don't
as
we?
one person's using it for the good thing, hopefully that balances it out. Daddy Daniel, brilliant name, Game Daddy Daniel, by the way. Boeing had a number of projects in AR, and so did SpaceX. Wow. So this is the kind of stuff that I want my kids to be getting into. I find game development, especially Unity and C Sharp, is a great way to get kids involved in learning programming. Whereas
Oh,
otherwise,
definitely. Mm.
because people saying, "Oh, get your kids
And
involved in Minecraft."
mathematics.
Exactly, and this is the thing. Uh, your daughter, how old is she? I don't know what year 12 is.
Almost 17.
So, at what stage did she get started to get an interest in the theoretical mathematics that she wants to do? Was it a recent thing?
Um, she's she's always been interested in music, and I think it was maybe year 10, so the last 2 years, because she did got interested in coding, and then once she kind of hit all the theoretical maths that they do in 11 and 12, that's when it just really sparked her interest, and she was getting really excited about doing mathematical proofs and things like that,
Oh wow!
and asking me to help with stuff, and I'm looking at it going, I don't even remember doing that.
Well, it's amazing you're saying that
It's
she's interested in music because I've been told by friends who are musicians that they either didn't realise they had a passion for maths, or
mm,
or it was like a side thing that they were doing over one of them, and
mm,
that there's a link
mm,
between
mm.
maths and music.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Takes the same kind of brain to understand what's going on. My mum's a music teacher, and she was always excellent at mathematics. Unfortunately, she didn't have the chance to like have a career and study and that sort of thing, but she would have done really well. in that field too.
Well, you've obviously taken her legacy forward, not only yourself but your daughter as well, shining the
Mm.
torch. Another
Not with the
generation.
music though, not me.
Oh, well, that's the thing. I bet that it's hiding inside you, ready to come out.
Oh, no, I've tried to read music. I just can't read it fast enough to actually play something that sounds like anything else.
I was told by your social lady that you had
Hmm.
a prize to give out on the stream. Um,
Yes.
would you like to explain to these good people at home what they could be getting their hands on?
I do believe, and Lee might have to remind me though, but I do have an electronic copy of my latest book. Now, I'm not giving a physical copy of my latest book because from Australia it costs more to post it than the book is worth.
$10,000. Somebody in chat
So I
said that
have,
they saw you in a bookshop in 2013, and that's how they came across
uh
you.
cool. Yeah, I have seen my book in a few shops and that. So uh, you don't often see programming books in a lot the run of the mill kind of shops with novels and things like that. But I don't know. Well, they're in textbook shops anyway because universities use them. But this is the latest version that we updated for 2020 with Unity. Unity actually went through it and helped edit it and that sort of thing. So
Wow, really?
I have an ebook copy of this to send out to one lucky person.
Let me paste a link to it. Oh, Lee's already done it. I was just about to paste a link in chat. It's beating me to
Ah,
it. I'm too
see,
slow.
that's why he's such a good social lady.
Oh, he is. He is lovely. He makes a good cupcake as well. Scone and tea. Uh, you should have used that experience for your horror game in the last game jam. Wizard don't code. Look, the crematorium is something I never want to see in a game in any one of my game jams. I know we did Penny. We did a horror game jam last, and I get
Hmm.
scared easily on these games.
Hmm.
One of the people in chats and Goku gifted me a game on Steam where you're in a house trying to escape, and a zombie Michael Jackson is trying to kill you. Right? And as he hunts you down, you hear "Hee hee, I'm gonna get you," like that, Shimona. And it's really scary because you'd be like, "This is just ridiculous. It's a silly Michael Jackson game." No, I weed myself on stream because I decided to play it in pitch black, playing it, and I'm hiding, and I was talking on the microphone, and only after I kept getting killed, somebody in chat said, "When you're talking on the microphone, it's the game is picking up on it, and he's finding you because you're talking."
Ah. Hmm.
And I was like, "You evil buggers!" Oh my word! What do you get to play any games?
Yeah, you just reminded me then that my daughter and I were playing a game we got on Steam, and I can't never remember the name of it. Um, it's a multiplayer ghost game. It was actually made in Unity,
Oh,
and
Phasmophobia.
that's it. That's it.
Yeah, I keep on saying this story because I'm still shocked. The person who made it is actually a member of the community. He's in the always in the Discord and
Oh
in Twitch,
wow. Okay.
and
Well,
uh,
we love it.
it won an award. It won like
Mm.
best. What was that game awards? That was big famous game awards, and it's made with Unity, and one person made it over 3 years, and it's using assets from the asset store.
Yeah, yeah. It's great. I spent a lot of time walking around looking at the way that everything's been modeled and put together instead of like looking for the ghost.
Okay,
But
so you were dissecting the game while your daughter's pleading for you to help save her from the ghost. Mummy, save me!
yeah, yeah. But oh, it's funny how like we don't even play it. Like she's in her bedroom and I'm in the other room, and because you can talk to each other through the game, but it's all sort of like weird wireless interference and that sort of thing. Sometimes if she dies, of course, I can't talk to her, but I can shout. I go, "Where are you? Where's your body?" From one room to the other. And then the ghost will be coming out to get us, and we'll both scream at the top of our lungs, like in broad daylight. It's fun because we love watching Supernatural, so she thinks it's like being a ghost hunter on Supernatural. So
Have you go and push the urge to make a game, not just teach, but to
I
to get
did
something
make
out
a
there?
few. I made a few games for like I think the original iPhone that came out, or was it the 4? Whenever the App Store came out, I made a few games then. One of them, interestingly though, had the flocking algorithm in
Oh,
it. Um, so it had sheep, and you had the sheep were all over the place, but you had to like click and put hay and stuff down to flock the sheep, and then get them through all these obstacles out into a paddock or a holding yard. So that was fun, but that was just a I never did it really for any money. It was just to go through the process, I think, and know what it's like. And just, I don't know if anyone's out there who was making games for the App Store back in the early days, but oh my God, what a nightmare. Trying to have Xcode set up and going through the Apple developer accounts and having all the bundle IDs and this and
that
that,
would be a great course.
permissions and
Doing a course,
no.
actually taking someone all the way. No, no, done. No, no, not going to happen, mate. No, no.
No, no. I can like build stuff to my phone, and if Xcode throws up issues and I can fix them, and because I'm sort of fuddling my way around doing it, but trying to explain it to someone else, I just don't have the patience.
Okay, you heard it here. You heard it here, folks. That tutorial, that course on Udemy is never going to happen. So if you're waiting for it, go somewhere else, because you're going to get Skynet before that comes out. Do you know what? I can't wait to play the game where your daughter's got characters with no shoes, and it's I can't wait. Yeah, I think you both need to team up. Honestly, I think I do. And do you know what? We started talking about your amazing book that's available on the Amazon store, and that someone lucky people are going to win. But there's also 5 free copies of your new Holistic 3D Learn on the new Learn platform.
Yeah, the courses that are on the Learn, so learn.holistic3d.com
Going to paste that into chat.
is our learning platform, and whatever courses are on there,
So they can win anything. They
access
can
to
choose
them.
anything they want.
Mhm.
Oh my word! Am I allowed to enter this?
You'll have to ask Lee.
This is bloody good. I want this. I love your logo, by the way.
Thank you.
Best raffle ever. This is going to be. I'm entering this raffle, and you all can just naff off if you think you can stop me. Penny, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Not just for coming on,
Thank you.
but for everything you've done for the 85,000 students and more, the millions of people who have watched your videos, the people who wouldn't even think they'll be able to get into coding, but then watch your videos, and because of the way that you articulate and explain things, it just clicks and the doors open and anything is possible. Thank you so much.
That's okay. My pleasure.
And can I grab you to come back on in the future if I've got something fun to show, like if we've got a load of people who have made things from your tutorials that would go, look Penny, look at this nice things that people have made from your tutorials, and one of them might have been mine, and I won't tell you which one it is. Can I grab you in the future, maybe with some
Sure.
Smarties that I'll send in the post to Australia?
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
She said it. She can't get out of it now. She said it. Okay, it's live. It's recorded. I'm keeping that. It's logged forever. Penny, have a wonderful day. Thank you again.
Yeah. Merry Christmas and happy
Oh, yeah.
holidays, everybody.
Merry Christmas. I forgot it's Christmas. It is Christmas, isn't it?
You got cancelled over there.
Yeah.
Boris is cut it.
There's a meme now. Have you seen the Scrooge story? With Ebenezer Scrooge, and he sticks his head out the window and he says, "Boy, what day is this?" Have you seen? You remember that? So now there's a meme where he sticks his head out the window and he says, "Boy, what tier is this?" Because we've got tier 3, tier 4, and now there's a tier 5 that is trending on Twitter in the UK. Tier 5, I believe, is you need to shoot yourself in the head to get out of. There can be nothing worse than tier 4. It fathoms belief what in God's name tier 5 could be. But there's only one thing that's going to keep me sane through this entire process. Do you know what that is, Penny?
My courses?
That's exactly right. It's your courses that are still currently on sale on Udemy. Give me an exclamation mark, Penny in chat, and you can get hold of Penny's courses that are currently on sale on Udemy. And if you have missed out when the sale finishes, don't worry. Pop over to, you know what? Even forget about Udemy. Pop over to the H3D learn.holistic3d.com on the learn.holistic3d website. So, Penny, once again, you're a legend. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
If you want to see more of my crazy videos, click on the left side of your screen now. And down below, there's that big juicy subscribe button. And right next to it is the magic bell that if you click it, it will tell you if I've got a new video coming out. Till next time.